Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla and it's time to crack into a good book. So today's video is going to be some goals for 2021. So a lot of these I think are very similar to the goals that I had for 2020. And you know, I don't know, 2020 was a mess of a year to say the least. So yeah, I'm not like too upset that I didn't accomplish everything, like, and well, some of the things I'm annoyed about, but in terms of reading, I'm not like holding myself too accountable for not like finishing series as much as I wanted to. That's okay. But yeah, we can go ahead and get started. So I've kind of broken this up into Booktube goals, just general like book and reading goals, and then just a few life goals. So we'll start with the Booktube ones. And I think the first one that I would really love to accomplish in 2021 is to just like continue growing my channel and reach 1,000 subscribers. I think that would be so exciting. And you know, certainly like I would love to do that before the end of the year. Like it would be ideal if that happened earlier. So my birthday's in January, so like it would be super cool if that happened, you know, for my birthday. That seems a little unrealistic, but we can dream big, you know, perhaps even just reaching like 900 subscribers by my birthday would be awesome. I also just like really want to stay on top of scheduling and filming. So I've been pre-filming a lot of videos, including this one. And, you know, it's been kind of stressful trying to get everything done, I guess, in terms of like the pre-filming stuff, but it's nice to just have that scheduled out and not have to stress about like, oh my god, I need to post something today or whatever. So I did get really behind on this, I think, in 2020. Like at the beginning of the year, I think I was pretty good about it, and then, you know, pandemic happened and things kind of went to shit. So there were definitely a few weeks in 2020 where I just like didn't post anything, and I do feel bad about that, but it was just like, this is just too stressful and I needed to like keep my mental health in mind, I think. So yeah, I think just in general trying to film on, you know, like a Sunday or something like that, and then edit and like schedule things out would be really nice. In terms of editing, I think I might try learning a new editing software. Like I've been using my really old MacBook Pro, and so like I've used iMovie, and I think there's like a couple things that are not ideal with that. Like one, it's an old computer, so like storage space is a little iffy, and sometimes I can't, like physically can't edit an entire video. It will kind of glitch out on me, and so like in actual editing I get frustrated sometimes, and you know, so sometimes my editing is like, oh my god, that's good enough, like I can't deal with this right now. And I think just like, you know, an older computer, I don't think it really necessarily allows me for like the most precise editing either. And I also wonder if, you know, like my camera is pretty good in general, and I think, you know, loading the footage onto an older computer like may degrade it a little bit, so that's like, you know, unfortunate. I do have a slightly newer laptop that I can use, and I did download DaVinci Resolve, but it's different than iMovie, and like I kind of poked around in it and it seemed a little challenging, so I was like, I don't really want to try to learn this now, like while I'm, you know, filming this and trying to like get everything done in time for the holidays. Like it didn't seem like an ideal time, so perhaps in 2021 I'll do that, though that also may not work because, you know, the slightly newer computer is still a little old, so I'll try to figure out something along those lines, I guess. We'll see. And I think in terms of the videos, I kind of want to try either like more variety or just like some shorter ones, because, you know, these the wrap-ups tend to be longer, and I just worry that like, you know, people won't be as interested in those and not like have the time or desire, I guess, to sit down and watch like a really lengthy video. And to be honest, like filming and then editing those really long videos is also kind of wears on me a bit, so I think just some variety in terms of length also would be really handy. And I think, you know, like obviously I do want to provide interesting content to everybody, and kind of on that note, I think I'm going to leave a survey down in the description, and if you just want to fill that out, that would be handy, I think, and helpful for me. Like I'm probably going to ask about just like, you know, what has worked well for my channel, what kind of things would you like to see, are there just like any improvements that you think I could make, and like, I mean, constructive comments are helpful, but don't be a dick, obviously, like nobody needs that. And yeah, I think it would be fun. Like, I know a lot of other booktubers that have projects throughout the year of some nature, and so I think that could be interesting. I'm not exactly sure what that would entail for me necessarily. Like, you know, I know it's generally in terms of reading particular books and things like that. So I don't know, maybe I'll come up with something, and, you know, maybe it would also be fun to do some live shows or things like that. We'll see. I like am horribly far behind on tag videos, and like I'm pretty sure there's some that I was tagged in March of 2020 that I still haven't done. So like it'd be great to kind of catch up on those. And on that note, it would also be nice to catch up on other people's videos. I've just fallen so far behind. Like I think I'm weeks to months behind on watching other channels, which like I don't know, it makes me feel really sad because like I think watching other people's content kind of helps me form, you know, these friendships. And like granted, I'm talking to a lot of these people just like over text or whatever, and so like, you know, I still have some contact with my friends and everything, but I do feel bad that I've fallen so far behind. And I'm sure with like Vlogmas, if people do that, you know, it's like going to continue to be really far behind. And I don't know how much I'm going to be watching necessarily over the holidays, but it's just really challenging to try to find time to like not only do stuff for my own channel, you know, I've got to read, obviously, like I'm still in grad school and really need to focus on that, then, you know, just like balancing other hobbies and trying to watch other channels. Like it is extremely difficult, and it's just like I don't feel like there's really a good solution, but I don't know, it would be great to try to catch up on everyone's videos though. I would also like to be a little bit more active on my Discord channel. Like I think it's one of those things, like right now I'm just kind of overwhelmed with everything that I have going on, so I haven't been like talking as regularly as I would like. Generally, I think both with my channel and Discord, like I would like to increase engagement somehow. Those are a good chunk of the Booktube related goals. So in terms of reading, you know, I really want to decrease my TBR. It's kind of gotten out of control. Like there was a lot of stress buying of books in 2020, and you know, like I don't know, I don't feel horrible about that because it's like something that cheers me up, and it's like literally anything I can do to help with my like mental health in 2020 is useful. So yeah, but you know, now I have this huge backlog of books and I feel like stressed out about trying to get through all of them and also keep up with new releases and everything. So just generally, I think I want to decrease my TBR and be a little bit more selective about books that I want to buy and read, because there's a whole bunch of books that I'm interested in, but like, you know, I think just trying to like utilize my library a bit more would be helpful. And like I've been doing that more, you know, in 2020 with ebooks in particular. I thought those are like super handy. So I think if I can do use the library more for books that I'm like a little bit iffy on, but like perhaps, you know, those shouldn't be as high priority. And just generally like it's hard sometimes with books that I'm not sure about. Like even when I read reviews, I'm like, you know, like this isn't perfect, but I'm still kind of intrigued by it. It's just so challenging. Like there's so many things I want to read and not enough time. I was kind of looking back at like the 2020 goals, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. Like one of my goals I think was like reading and like binging series, which like I kind of failed at that. Like I think specifically mentioned like the Sci Changeling series, the Chicagoland Vampire series, and the Alex Varys series, which I still haven't like caught up or finished like any of those, but that's okay. But you know, I think in 2021 it'd be really great to actually finish some series. And like obviously like I'll be starting a whole bunch of new series, I'm sure, and I think it would be nice to continue graphic novel series in particular. Like I would really like to finish up East of West and continue on with Fables. I've really enjoyed both of those, and you know, like I've read a whole bunch of other, like, you know, Aquaman or Thor and, you know, things like that. So I would like to just continue those, because graphic novels are just like a very nice break, I think, from reading, you know, giant chunky fantasy books or whatever. Like they're much quicker to read. I have done a decent amount of buddy reads in 2020, and I think I would like to continue that in 2021. It's really fun. You know, I've had a great time doing these buddy reads. It's so much fun to just like chat with other people about like, oh, what do you think about this? And like, you know, in particular with like the Caledon Saga with Kat from BrewsandReviews, we've had a grand old time reading those, and you know, we have split it up. Like each book, I think we were doing like 3 chapters a day, and that series in particular like lends itself well to forming guesses about what's going to happen, and like there's a lot of very shocking moments. We were just like able to go back and forth like, oh my god, can you believe what just happened? So that was just like super fun, and you know, I would just really love to do that, not only with other booktubers. Like I think it would be fun to do stuff on my Discord channel, you know, not only with booktubers but just subscribers and you know, friends, whatever. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I would love to do more of that for sure. And then just like in terms of a few life goals, like the big one is obviously I need to graduate. And I can't even begin to describe how tired I am of being in grad school. It is so frustrating. Like things that I think I can finish quickly just like end up dragging months, and like 2020 really didn't help with that. And you know, there was just like something with my second paper that I was just stuck on for forever, and like, you know, and I think it was like the end of the summer, I thought I was going to have to completely redo everything, which like I kind of did, but it was like an easier solution than what my advisor initially proposed that I like was able to find. So like I was proud of myself for that, and it made things easier for not only paper 2, but also paper 3. But, you know, it's still just like, I'm so tired of grad school. Good news is, you know, like as at the time that I'm filming this in December, the paper 2, we're just kind of in, you know, rounds of editing right now, so hopefully we can finalize that and submit it. And paper 3, I need to do like a good amount of writing, but I think, you know, the bare bones are kind of there. There may be like an extension that I need to do with the method, but hopefully it won't be that bad. So I'm really, like, I think that a spring 2021 graduation is reasonable, hopefully. And, you know, I'd like to do my defense as early in the semester as possible just to be done with these things. Obviously, I need to do a bit of job searching as well. And I have not really started that, and I really need to, honestly. I am still kind of like undecided about what I want to do. I think I'm probably going to apply to a bunch of like government and research institution positions. I'd love to continue working on infectious disease research in particular. So like I have ideas of where I'll apply. And like another problem, I guess, kind of, or just like something I need to figure out is where we want to live. Like, you know, where I am in North Carolina is really great for a lot of this kind of health research. So I'm certainly going to apply here. And like, you know, Ivy's family is here. We have a whole bunch of friends still here. And like, it's North Carolina has a lot to offer in this particular area, but I am not like super thrilled about the weather. I definitely miss the snow and just like colder weather and being able to ski. So I think I also kind of want to apply to places perhaps in Colorado. There's a few states that I think we would both find acceptable to live. So I feel like, you know, I've definitely got a lot of changes on the horizon in 2021, and you know, I also turned 30 this year on January 15th, so that's kind of like, I don't know, I mean, like, I'm not upset about turning 30 or anything like that, but, you know, it is a little bit strange to enter a new decade of life, and hopefully, you know, my 30s will be good. I would love to start that off by graduating also, again. So, yeah, hopefully 2021 will be better than 2020. That would be great. I think the beginning of 2021 is probably going to be very similar to what 2020 has been. So just generally like trying to manage stress would be nice, and just like trying to make sure that my mental health is okay, and, you know, doing fun things like playing video games, obviously reading, and, you know, doing all of this. I would love to play more board games. I have found a whole bunch of board games that I've bought recently, and a lot of these are, you know, suggestions from Angela from Literature Science Alliance. So like I would love to actually play them more. And hopefully, you know, we'll be able to travel safely in 2021. I would love to actually take a vacation this year. In terms of like more doing fun things, it'd be nice to do some more like crafts and hobbies. Like I have recently picked up a diamond painting thing, so like I want to try that. I have some watercolor pens, so like I'm not a great artist, but I think I can kind of handle watercolor a bit. I also like doing like jigsaw puzzles and things like that. Like that's very relaxing for me. So I think those are a few goals. I'm sure I'll like think of more goals as, you know, 2021 progresses, but I think that this is a good start for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you have any feedback about my channel, or fill out that form that I will link in the description. For your question of the day, what are some of your goals for this year? I do have a Discord channel, and if you want to join that, the link is in the description below. I hope you're all having an excellent day and are reading something awesome. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, as that would certainly help me out. But with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up here and see you in the next one.